Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Ahlan wa sahlan. Marhaban, guys. My name is Naqis Zaman. We are going through Sarf. Before we go through Sarf, let me tell you guys about this channel. This channel is dedicated to you guys. Basically, I put up content on my channel where all the content is free of charge for you guys to watch the videos on learning Arabic and Hadith and Tafsir and Fiqh and all these different sciences. And this is one of the series. So, if you guys enjoy my work, if you guys enjoy the kind of stuff that I put up, then please hit the like button, subscribe button, and let's get cracking. So we are finishing today on the topic of Naqis. Naqis is basically those verbs that end with a wow or they end with a ya. We've kind of done everything over here. Only thing left now is present verbs of the mazid. Mazid meaning those letters that go beyond 3. So basically what I have done is I have just quickly kind of summarized this sort of like a section, right, for you guys. So there's anything new here. The same rules are going to be applying as we have been applying them so far. So for instance, let's just do one by one then. So bab if'al. Okay, so you got bab if'al, bab ifti'al, you got bab taf'il, you've got bab tafa'ul, you've got bab infi'al, you've got bab mufa'ala, and you've got bab tafa'ul, and you've got bab, one more left, istif'al. Alright, so those are your basic babs that you got over here. And what I just want to show you guys over here is the basic sort of like structure that you have. Where's my other pen? Okay, here's my other pen. Alright, just keep this on the side. Right, so the wow ones, you got the ya ones. So wow ones, for example, like you. So you got this. So this one is supposed to be. So bab ifal, you're going to say yu ti wu. That's what you're supposed to have, right? Yu ti wu. Ifti'al. So you got yas ta. So yas ta fi wu, right? Taf'il. Okay, so this one's a bit of a tricky one. You sammiwu. You sammiwu. You sammiwu. And then you've got over here tafa'ul. This is tafa'ul. So you've got yata'allawu. Now see, they all kind of follow the same structure. It's just certain adjustments that you have to make. Infi'al would be yanmahiwu. Yeah, yanmahiwu. I'll just write this and then I'll put the vowels on. And then yughaliwu. Yughaliwu. And then tafa'ul would be yatanajawu. And then istif'al would be yastarkhiwu. Alright? And basically it's just the same structure. Yanmahiwu, yughaliwu, yatanajawu, and yastarkhiwu. See, literally the same structure that you have that we're dealing with. Right, so now once you've understood how this structure works, then you'll understand, oh, now I know how this is going to change. So for example, like how does it become yu'tiwu? So how is it going to change? So over here, if I bring this, see over here you have a wow preceded by kasra. You guys all know what that rule is. That rule is, if ever you have a vowel preceded by kasra, you have to give it sukun. Yeah, so you're going to give it sukun. So what it's going to become basically is yu'ti, and then you've got the ya at the end. Yu'ti. I don't know why I made this to red. But yeah, so this is basically yu'ti. Notice? See that change there? And that was the change that we were going to bring. And in fact, what I can do, I can show you in all of these the same type of change that you're going to experience. So for example, like this one's going to have the same change, right? So I'll just highlight that there. Right, this one is going to have the same change as well. Yeah. This one is not going to have the same change because it doesn't have a kasra. Yeah. So remember the rule was if you have a waw or ya and before it is a dhamma or a kasra. So this one is going to have the same change. This one's going to have the same change. Not this one, and this one is going to. Yeah. So these all of these are going to have the same basic change. So yastafiwu is going to become yastafi. I'll just do this in black because I've done one. Yeah, so yastafi. Now I know I have not changed this into a tab. This is a separate rule. I'll do this on the side. Right, so if I forget, just remind me. Hopefully, well, you guys can't remind me now, but I'll just put that mark there. Yusammi becomes yusammiwu. Yeah, so yusammi is going to become yusammi, and then yata'allu. Now this is a bit different. So let me come back to this one. This one is yanmahi, and this one is yughali. Yeah, and this one is, we'll need that one there. And then this one is tarhi. Yeah. Okay, so that's basically that. These two over here are slightly different. Let me get another color for this. Right, so this one over here is if you have a waw, right, or a ya, and before it is a fatha, you change it to alif. Right, so this is actually yata'alla. Yeah, ta'alla. Yeah, and this one is yatanaja. Yeah, tanaja. Yeah, so notice yata'alla, yatanaja. These two are the only ones where the change actually becomes an alif. If I draw this line over here, we can do the same with the ya ones as well. All right, so the ya ones basically work on the same principle. So for example, like let's say we have yughni, right? So I'll do the vowels in a bit. Yajtabi. Yeah. This one is yulaqi. This one is yatamanna. Yatamanna. Okay, and this one is actually there's none for this. Couldn't find one. Yurami. Yeah, so you got yurami. This one is yatanahi. Yatanahi. And this one is yastaghni. Okay, so yughniyu originally. Yajtabiyu. Yulaqiyu. يتمنى يرامي يتناهي يستغني. Now notice all of these is the same principle as before. Yeah, so okay, so over here, actually this one not supposed to be yatanahiyu. This one is yatanaha. Yeah, yatanaha. Right. Let's change that one there. All right, so same is going to apply over here as well. So in other words, this one is going to be same. Sukun, sukun, sukun. Yeah. This one is not going to be sukun. Okay, this one's going to be sukun. This one's going to be sukun. Yeah, and these two are going to be changed into an alif. Oh, yeah. So this one and this one. Right, change into an alif. And so what you basically are going to get is going to be yughni. This one is yajtabi. This one is yulaqi. This one is going to be yatamanna. Yep. Yatamanna. This one's going to be yurami. Sukun. This one's going to be yatanaha. And this one's going to be yastaghni. And there you have it. So there's basically two rules that are being applied over here. One is this rule, yeah, which is the sukun. Yeah, if the waw or the ya is preceded by a kasra or a dhamma. And then you got this rule over here, right, which is that you give an alif. You're going to give an alif if it's preceded by fatha. That's it. So those are the two rules to remember. Now, a lot of these rules are very straightforward. They're very simple, very straightforward. It's just a matter of being able to identify them as you come across them. So now we've finished all of Naqis literally. Only thing that we have left is all of these amr. You've got majhul that we haven't done. We're going to do those inshallah. And the next one that we're going to be doing is going to be what we call lafif. So just to make you understand, lafif is where you have a verb which is basically naqis, right? And it's also got it's got basically two harf illas, right? So it's got one harf illa at the end and one at the beginning, right? So you got basically two harf illas. I will show you what that exactly means next week, right? So this is not lafif. This is what known as naqis, but it's basically what we done in naqis. And then imagine the first letter is a waw or a ya, or the middle letter. We're going to talk about that inshallah. That's next time. Right. That's finished. Alhamdulillah, this lesson was quite quick, quite short, because we only had this to cover. Now what I want to do is I want to show you guys in the Quran application of this now. So now that we've done all of this, right? So I can actually now, let me just move this out of the way. Let's get another piece of paper. Underneath. Right, so let's have a look over here. So for example, like you've got right, so for example, like you got the verb yad'u, right? So you got over here, I don't know if you guys can see this, but over here yad'u, right? So over here yad'u, right? So yad'ukum. So yad'u, now originally we know that every present verb has to finish with a dhamma. Okay, so this would have originally been yad'u. And how come this has changed into a sukun? Well, the rule that we just been discussing, which is a waw or ya preceded by a dhamma or a kasra, you change into sukun. Yeah, you give it sukun. So yad'u, this is from the root letters dal, ain, waw, and there you have it. Yad'u, to call. Yeah, to call. Right, let's try to apply this to a different type of, because we've done mithal, we've done ajwaf, and we've done naqis. Right, so fatastajibuna, tastajibuna. Right, let's try that one then. So tastajibuna is actually made from tas, ta, ji. So tastajibuna, tastajibuna. Now we know in this that the original letters are actually just these. Yeah. So it's actually jim, waw, and ba. Jim, waw, and ba. So therefore, the original verb would have actually been like this then. So it would have been tastajwibu. Tastajwibu. And notice what's happened over here. So over here you've got a waw in the middle of a verb, and every time you get a waw in the middle of a verb which has a kasra on there, you've got to shift the vowel onto the previous one. So we're going to shift this kasra to the jim. That's going to get it. Now we can't pronounce this. If a waw or ya has a kasra before it, you turn it into a ya. So then it becomes tastajibu. So two changes have been made here. Shifting of the vowel to the previous one, and the letter itself being converted into a ya. Right? So that's how we got tastajibuna. That's how we got this. And this is under the rule of ajwaf. So if you can't remember this, watch the ajwaf part of the series, inshallah. It'll become very, very clear. Okay. وَتَظُنُّونَ إِلَّا بِثْتُمْ إِلَّا قَلِيلًا. Alright, let's try to look for some. يَنْزَغُ. So we know this one. نَزَغَ يَنْزَغُ. Yeah. He, right, one, masculine. Nazaga, yeah, to cause like some kind of rift or harshness or friction. Yasha yarhamkum, yasha, okay. Faddalna, faddala yufaddilu tafdil, right? So this is bab taf'il. There's no harf illas there. Atayna, atayna. So atayna is from atayati. Now this, we haven't really kind of covered this type of verb, but it's pretty much the same sort of concept. It's where you have over here, so for example, atayna. Yeah, atayna. So atayna, this is from ataya. Yeah, ataya. Now atayna originally is actually a, and then ta na. Now I don't want to go into this. This has got a hamza in there, and it's also got a harf illa in there. Yeah, so that's something which is what is known as it. They call this the mahmuz. So we haven't done mahmuz rules. Mahmuz got a hamza there, right? So we're not going to deal with that, but you can understand how the structure of this is bab if'al. Okay, let's look at another one then, because I just want to cover the ones that we have done. Okay, za'amtum, straightforward. This is all three letters, za'ama and tum, right? So that's straightforward. All of you, masculine. La yamlikun, malaka yamliku. So the waw here and the noon is extra. The ya, so malaka yamliku, to own, to possess. Yad'una, so da'a yad'u. Okay, so this is another one that we've done already, but I'll just show you this one because there's another change in there. All right, so yada na, yada na. Originally, so this is naqis. Originally, there was actually supposed to be another waw here. Yeah, so there's supposed to be a waw, and the structure of this verb is supposed to be yada na, yada na. Right, so the rule is, remember, if you have a waw and then you have a dhamma before it, you're going to change that into a sukun. Once you turn that into a sukun, you got two sukuns. Now you got to get rid of one. Yeah, so yad'una. So two changes are taking place there. Right, the one is the standard waw being changed into a sakin, and the second rule is the removal of the coming together of two sakins. Yeah, so yad'una. Okay, so you got yad'una there. Yabtaghuna. So this is from ibtagha, baghaya. Yeah. So ibtagha. So in other words, yabtaghuna. Yabtaghuna. So okay, so over here, notice originally there is actually a ya missing here. Yeah, there's a ya missing there. And the structure of this verb originally would have been yabtaghiyuna. 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 Yeah, so in other words, if you have a ya or a waw and preceding it is a kasra or a dhamma, change it into sukun. So sukun it. And then because you got two sukuns, you got to get rid of one. Yabtaghiyuna. Now, over here, right, over here, so because you have this dhamma before that over there, so what they do over here is, because this, you can't say yabtaghuna, so they change this, so it's like a third rule over here. Yabtaghuna. So if you remember, we discussed this when we were talking about the plural. Yeah, we said about this. So over here, yabtaghuna, so you've got the sukun rule there, you got the ijtima' sakinain rule there, and then the dhamma, the ghain having a dhamma on there, right? So you got yabtaghuna. Okay, let's do one more. I think we'll call it a day. Right, then you got yakhafuna. So yakhafuna over here, you guys can see that. Just making it space here. So yakhafuna. Yakhafuna. Okay, so this is obviously from the letters of kha, waw, fa, ajwaf, right? So clearly we can tell that's where the issue is. So this originally would have been yakhwafuna. Yakhwafuna. Right? So because you have over here, you have a waw and preceding it is a sukun, you have to shift the vowel onto the previous one. Yeah, so you have to shift the vowel onto the previous one. So okay, shift the vowel shifted. Yakhawfuna. And then because you have a waw and before is a fatha, you have to turn into an alif. So one rule is this. Second rule is you got to turn into an alif. Second rule. So you got yakhafuna. Yeah, yakhafuna. From yakhwafuna, yakhafuna. And that's it, guys. So I hope this actually makes sense. I hope this is something which really helps you guys. Let me know in the comments as well, because I can only gauge my lessons by your reactions, basically. If I'm going on the right way, if I'm going the right speed, if it's something that you guys can understand, then inshallah it's something that I can build upon. So let me know in the comments if this is working for you. I'm thinking, what do you guys think? For the next lesson, I will simply just go through the entire lesson. We'll be dedicated just going through the Quran and applying as many of the rules to any verb that we find. Because we've literally kind of covered most of the rules. We've just got like lafif and mahmuz and muda'af, these three types of verbs left, right? So lafif is basically where you have the two harf illas, wawiya ones. Mahmuz is the one that contains hamza, and then muda'af is a double letter. Right, so jazakumullah khair. Thank you very much for watching this video, guys. Thank you to all my patrons for all the support that you guys show. Without your support, I don't think this channel would be able to grow. And if any of you guys want to support my channel, help me make more videos, then please check out the description below. Every single penny you guys put towards the channel is something which really helps me out to be able to give more time and to also make better content as well. So jazakallah khair. Thank you very much, guys, and I will see you guys next time. Check out my other videos. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.